Hello once again, Star Wars Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. And we are now doing our follow-up from the D23 Expo. Yes. I talked briefly about the D23 Expo. I did not attend, but it's so funny. I was actually in Disneyland right next to the where the expo took place for 5 days. And it was right before it started. Like I went like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then it started like Thursday. So why didn't I go? Well, I like conventions, guys. I do, but it's a little bit pricey to go there, to stay there, just to get the con tickets, and then to go in and find all this cool stuff that you want to collect. So I've kind of stayed away the last couple of years. I think the last one I went to, and I mean I've been to little ones, you know, like local little Comic-Cons that take place in, you know, near my town or whatever. But I haven't gone to a big. The last big event I went to was, I think, I want to say Celebration. They were still numbering them. Maybe Celebration 6. I know I went to, and I had this conversation with Into a Larger World. I know I went to Celebration 3 and Celebration 4 and Celebration 5. I think I also went to 6. And those are the 4 that I attended, I believe. Maybe not even 6, but I think I attended. I attended them like in 2005, 2007, 2008, and 2010, or maybe 2000, maybe just 3. I don't know, whatever. Point is, the last one I did, I know what the year was, 2010. So if anybody's a real big Celebration fan, want to put in the comments what that year was, or which one that was. It was in Florida. It was great. I had a wonderful time. But I spent a lot of money to get there. I spent a lot of money to stay there, and I spent a lot of money to purchase different things that were exclusive to the collection. And that was something that I, after now I'm older, and yes, I'm got more discretionary income, but I also have more expenses. Daughter that went to college and things like that. So that just got in the way. But the other thing was that Celebration and these big events are very crowded. There's lines and lines and lines of people. And I'm not into that. I'm not into, not that I'm impatient or anything like that. I do enjoy sometimes when I am in a line, having conversations with the people around me. That's really nice. I know some con people love that. And I do enjoy having good conversation with collectors and things. It's just the massive crowds of it are just not something that I'm really into. I have enjoyed the Celebration stage and how they have done live feeds and stuff like that with people like Anthony Carboni and Andy Gutierrez and a few others that have had these great panels and little mini short panels. And I remember when that started and it was just this little thing, and now it's like takes up an entire room and it's like being at a rock concert. So I've been enjoying the live feeds that go for like sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, and they kind of cut between different shows and stuff. I hope they still do that. I think D23 tried that last time and then they didn't do it this time, but a lot of people came and a lot of vloggers came and did it, so that was good. But there was some merchandise that I wanted to pick up, and I figured I don't mind buying something on the second market from an eBayer. I get it, some people do that. They go and they buy 2 items and they keep one and they sell one, or maybe they sell both of them and they jack the price up. I know some people don't like that. I understand that, but I also understand that, hey, it's their right if they want to do that. And you know what? If I really, really, really wanted something, I would pay the little extra money for it. And, there's that infamous Starspeeder 3000 that's like this big, and it was $300, and I was going to try to get it. I went on to the Disney site. Unfortunately, they sold out, which I knew they would. They only made 3,000 of them. And although you'd think, does everybody want that? It is a cool toy. And I think that, even people that are casual Star Wars fans might want to have that. If they love Star Wars, if they love Disney, they might want to have that in their possession. So I wasn't able to get that. Now, the chances are they're going to try to sell it in a non-exclusive way in the parks. And I'm here for that because I get 20% off as an annual pass holder. So if the price is the same or close, then I'll get a serious discount with that. So I'll be patient and play the long game with that. Yes, it probably won't be the same exact version. Maybe there'll be things different about it. Who knows? But I'm okay with that. But there were other items that I wanted. So that's what this is. That's what's in here. And I got to give it up for Disney. I ordered these on the 12th of August. And this video is probably not going out until September. I ordered them on the 12th of August, and I received them on the 15th. So pretty fast. Now, I believe there are 4 items. I don't know if they all made it in this box, but let's see if they did. Okay, so let's talk first. Looks like one. Yeah, looks like they're all here. First, let's talk about the D23 Droid, which is R6D23. There he is in all his glory. I love the droid, the Build-A-Droid, the Droid Factory figures. One comes with a cute little Sorcerer Mickey hat. He's got kind of like the Mickey colors. I love that. I love these. And I said it on a previous episode. They used to have a little Droid Factory like area inside Star Tours, and I think they used to also have it in the World of Disney in Florida, probably in Disneyland as well, where you could go and you had like a bucket full of, like a tray full of droid torsos, a tray full of left legs, right legs, feet, dome, and then little extra accessories like a pirate hat or a Mickey ears or a sorcerer hat, and you could make your own droid and put it in a little clamshell case, and I think you paid like $20 for it or something, or maybe even less, maybe like $10 for, or $12 for one, and then you could get a 2-pack for like 20. It was something like that. It was so cool. I wish they'd bring that back. But instead we get these, which is great. They put out a droid for Pride Month. They put out a droid for Halloween, for the holidays. It's great. And this is one exclusive to D23. And he's cute. So he'll go with my... I love the astromech droid, so he'll go prominently in that. Speaking of droids, if you watch the channel a few months ago or a few weeks ago, however these videos drop, I had unboxed a kind of like an 8 or 9 inch Rex, DJ Rex figure. Now, Disney has these kind of electronic, taller figures that they release. I don't collect all of them. I did collect the 3PO and R2, which are somewhere around here, I forget. And I think I had the Mandalorian, and a few others from years ago. I like them, but I'm not going to try to collect them all. But some of them do just resonate with me. Well, of course, if you're going to make a DJ Rex figure, you got to make his predecessor, which is Captain Rex. Yes, this is pretty much the same figure, but it's painted to look like Captain Rex. Now, Captain Rex, if you know the lore, is that when Star Tours was first developed and first came out in 1987, I think, in Disneyland, in 1989 in Disney World, the premise of the story was that you were going on a tour to Endor on a Starspeeder 3000 that was piloted by Captain Rex. And of course, it's his first time flying, and all trouble and chaos ensues, and he ends up, accidentally finding himself going through comets, and ending up like fighting with the rebels and the X-wings, going into the Death Star, and you go do the trench. And it was, at the time, it was just a flight simulator, but at the time, you were absolutely floored at this. You were in Star Wars. It was so cool. And, Galaxy's Edge kind of took that idea of being in Star Wars and just plussed it like crazy. 2 attractions, restaurant, places to eat, places to shop, places to walk around. And I'm really glad they didn't get rid of Captain Rex. There is actually a story. I don't know if I couldn't find it in the Disneyland version of Galaxy's Edge, but on the East Coast in Florida, you could actually find a crash site in like a crater where there's a crashed ship. And the legend has it that that's where the Starspeeder 3000 crashed, and poor Rex was salvaged by by Oga, and or the Mubo droid dealer or whatever, and they fixed him up and made him a DJ. So that's it. But this is the original. This is the original. So I am going to quickly unbox him. Quickly is, I say loosely because I like the box stuff, but unless it's like vintage box art, I'm not really that interested in keeping the box. So okay, and I'm sure, again, as I said, these will be things that find their way into Galaxy's Edge or into... Man, this is like really hard to get out. Okay, I hate like having to tear the box apart, especially on camera, but it seems like there's no other way to do it. It's loose. It's just very tightly packed in there. And then, of course, we've got my favorite, the ever elusive twist ties that are hard. And then I went out and bought this tool. Snippers. These are so nice. They just go snip, snip, and snip. And then boom, boom, boom. And then you are done. Man, you are done. You've had it, Rex. You're not stuck in there at all, are you? And it saves my hands from... Of course, there's a lot of pieces now I got to get rid of, but let's get all this out of here. Good. All right. Of course, he's still kind of stuck in here, and that's when I have to get my little blade out. There it is. Another one. It's all part of the experience. Okay. Here we go. All right, and I'm going to pull his...
Captain Rex.
This is Captain Rex. Thank you, Captain Rex. I will continue to test out your... Doing a little surgery, Captain Rex. Nothing to be worried about. Okay. A little surgery. He was screaming. I was like, I'm not going to hurt you. I promise. Oh, it's just that he's got a lot of loosey-goosey... He's got a lot of loosey-goosey parts here, and I want to make sure that I don't break anything. A lot of arms.
Captain Rex.
Now, how do I... Now, what was I saying here? Oh.
I meant to do this. I have a very bad feeling about that. Hey, sorry, folks. I'm sure to do better next time. It was my first flight, and I'm still getting used to my programming. Hey, hey. I meant to do that. A little shortcut. R2, light speed to Endor.
This is amazing. Oh my God, this is like, I think, my new favorite thing. Just such a great thing. And again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again because it bears repeating. It's important to understand this, folks. There was a time, kids, I know a lot of kids watch, there was a time back in the day where Star Wars, Return of the Jedi came and went from theaters. There was some Ewok movies that were okay. There was a Star Wars Droids and Ewok cartoon that were okay, Saturday morning cartoon. But that all ended. And then there were dark times. There was no Star Wars in the stores, no Star Wars on TV, no Star Wars in the movies, no Star Wars anywhere. Comic books ended, everything ended. There was only a very, very few places where you could get your Star Wars fix. The first being Disney. And this is why when people get on my case and say, how could you like Disney taking over Star Wars? They've just ruined it. And I'm like, my answer to them is this. You are entitled to your opinion, and I'm not going to try to change it. But for me, Disney saved Star Wars. And I don't look at it just from when they bought it in 2012. Disney has kept Star Wars alive. They have held the torch that is Star Wars since 1987. When no one was talking about Star Wars, Disney built a ride. And they created a character named DJ Rex that was piloting the Starspeeder 3000 all around the world of Star Wars. You went into the Star Tours bay, and you saw Star Wars characters, you saw droids, you saw all sorts of things. But this was what kept Star Wars going. And for those fans that really loved it, we had to go to Disneyland and eventually Disney World, but that's what we had. So I will always be appreciative of the Disney brand keeping the Star Wars flame alive. And then they kept it going, even though I didn't always agree with how they kept it going with things. I love Star Tours, but then they did like the Star Wars weekends, which were great, but they had the hyperspace hoopla and other things that were kind of weird. But they would launch fireworks, they had all these great events, and then they bought it. They bought Star Wars, and they continue to tell stories. That to me is fine. You don't like every story, that's okay. I don't dislike any story. I just maybe question some story choices in the stories, but that's it. And I still like what I'm watching. But this is a throwback to when no one was talking about Star Wars and all we had was this guy and we loved him. So thank you, Disney. Thank you, Rex. Anything else to add?
I have a very bad feeling about that.
Me too. All right. So that was Rex. So I'm sure that'll be available in the park. I'm sure all of these are going to be available in the park, but I just wanted to be part of the Star Wars hype with D23. All right, the next thing we have, and it says Droid Depot on it, so I'm trying to think if this is something, this looks like something that's going to find its way into Droid Depot, seeing as though this is the box. When you go into Droid Depot in Galaxy's Edge, this is the color box, this is the box scheme, this is all of that. So I don't know exactly what this is. It says it's an interactive droid, pit droid. Of course I know what a pit droid is. And again, love for the prequels. Gotta love it. And I guess that's just part to me though that's another thing that I keep talking about. And my friends that are watching are probably laughing like he always talks about this. Yes, I do. Is that why is there so much hate on the sequel trilogy when there was so much hate on the prequel trilogy before that? Like, doesn't anybody see the pattern? It's like, you know, you expect a different result. Of course, people are gonna, you know, complain about it and do this and do that and complain and complain and complain. So whatever. It's people like to complain. I don't know why though. To me, it's like, why do we want to complain? We get Star Wars. We get new characters. We love Star Wars. So if you don't like it, okay, fine. You go watch something else. You want it to be the way you want it to be? That's, you know, you're passionate about it. I get that too. But unless you're working for Lucasfilm, you're not going to get the story the exact way you want it. So you're going to need to deal with that. You know, become a writer, become a cinematographer, you know, become an effects person, get into Star Wars that way. And then you can try to, of course, then you're still going to have to, you know, really what you got to do is become a really good writer or director that loves Star Wars, and you're going to tell the story the way you want to tell it. But until then, go. Well, if you don't like it, okay. I want to quote Thumper. If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Paraphrasing, but that's kind of what he said. Thumper had the right idea. He was saying it back in the 30s or the 40s, whenever Bambi came out. It's ridiculous. But I also don't want to say that I'm not going to call you anybody who disagrees with that. You're not a true Star Wars fan. That's not true. You can be a fan, and you can be upset about stuff. It's just, you know, when you get upset about stuff and it's a fandom, I feel like you're missing the point. It's supposed to be something enjoyable, you know. But that's just me. You know, my family. I come from a long line of Jet fans. You can imagine what that's like. I'm not a football player. I'm not a football player or watcher, but my family is, and I can't tell you how many Sundays, or actually I should say how many Mondays, or how many Tuesdays after Monday Night Football did my father and my brother go to work all miserable and cranky. And I was like, it's just a game, guys. All right, so back to Star Wars. Pit Droid. Well, okay, cool. That's cool. And he's kind of got some little different articulation. You can kind of sit him here. That's cool. I wonder if does he completely, that turns him off. Okay, so it says interactive. So what do we got? Oh, I see. You can actually get him into complete, ooh, that's weird. Okay, don't know. Okay. Oh, I see. I get you. Okay. So I think you can spin him around? What is this? I don't think you can spin him around like that. No, it doesn't. So you can go up like this. Oh, I see. Yeah, you bend his legs this way, turn him up like this. Bring his ends like this, bring his arm. It's like a transformer. And then he's down like in. Now, that's technically not the way this works. You're supposed to hit the nose and then, but I guess, and then boom, he's up. He doesn't obviously pop up or anything. He doesn't move. All right, so he's got a lot of points of articulation. I'll give him that. And his knees are, he bends both ways. Does he have a tool? Did I see him? Oh. Oh yeah, he does have a tool. Okay, let's get out his tools here. Come on, watch it. Okay, that's one tool, and he has this little. Riveting television here on Darth Tuba. Uh-oh, I just lost this tool. Okay, or did I? Yes, I did. Oh, no, I didn't. It's right there. Okay, there's one. There's two. These aren't tools, actually. These are antennae. And it looks like he's got... Let's make sure. Okay, it looks like the inside one is... Excuse me, buddy. Your antenna's bent. And he's got his little one. Now he looks complete. There it goes. And he's got his tool. Okay, so interactive, huh? Well, automatic sound effects, holds things, 16-inch tall, 19 points of articulation. Okay, I don't know how far I'd go to call him interactive. Interactive, to me that implies that he's gonna, do something or say something in reaction to something you do. But I mean, he's a cool figure. I mean, I like, and he's close to full size. I mean, not full size, but he's up there. What is this? Oh, I think that's when you close it up. Okay, I see. All right. All right, not bad. Little. Although I think I might keep him kind of right here, next to R2 and Yoda over here. Just kind of keep him going. All right, very good. And I'm gonna just put some trash in here. Last but not least, let me just do a little straightening. This is why I unbox, people, because there's not enough space for everything. So this allows us more space. So, in a previous episode, we noticed this Galactic Archive series, which I don't know if that's something that's brand new, but I noticed that the chess set, which is right over here off camera, is part of the Galactic Archive series. The Kylo Ren helmet from Rise of Skywalker with the reforged, like lines because he broke it, now he reforged it. That's also from the Galactic Archive series. So I think that might be something new. Maybe it's Disney's version of Black Series helmets and things of that nature when they want to sell them in the park. But they're like screen accurate prop replicas, that are made in a way that people can afford them. This is not that expensive. This is the Blade of Ochi of Bestoon. This is from Rise of Skywalker. I know we got a few people that are be like, I can't believe you're even talking about Rise of Skywalker. But this was a known associate of Imperial Advisor Yup Tashu and the self-styled acolytes of the Beyond. Ochi was obsessed with ancient Sith arcana. He pored over forbidden Sith texts and staunchly believed that the extinct order was destined to return to glory. Ochi's ornate blade contains mysterious secrets, etched runic Sith symbols, and reveals the location of the Empire's lost Sith Wayfinder within the wreckage of the Death Star 2. While Ochi was no Sith, he associated with the cultists who longed for the Sith's return. Okay, I am not a complainer, but I will say one thing. Why couldn't we get more of that story in Rise of Skywalker? I recognize that, marketing people like to keep movies at 2 hours and 25 minutes. I would have accepted an extra 10 or 15 minutes if we could have heard more about Ochi's story, because that's really cool. That's different. But I know you can access that stuff in a lot of places. I like the blade. I thought the blade was a cool kind of a, that and the Wayfinders were kind of cool little, what do they call them, MacGuffins, and I liked it. And I thought the blade was a cool thing. Now, this does include a battery. Ooh. This includes a battery, but it's a different kind of battery. Hang on. Okay, this has kind of got a display. So here's the blade. I'm going to keep this box because I think this will eventually... So the blade is here, right? And it comes with that little thing here that you pull out. See if I can get it to pull out. Can I get it to pull out? Oh, maybe I have to press a button. All right, before I do that, let me just get all the pieces out. Yeah, it comes with a different type of battery. It's like a lithium 3-volt, which is weird because eventually that's going to go out. I mean, am I going to be able to get a lithium 3-volt? Unless it's rechargeable, that'd be good if it is, and I don't have to worry about getting a new one. But okay, I've got some instructions. Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm not seeing any charging ports, so I'm assuming that means that this is not. I'm going to have to find a lithium 3-volt battery. I've seen, I think they use them in some cameras and stuff. So, okay. So how do we get the battery in? Oh, do we just, there it is. The blade of Ochi of Bestoon. You take it off, and it does flicker a little bit. It doesn't make any sound, which is fine. And then you have this. Actually, I flip it this way, and then you go like that. And then you can line it up with the wreckage of the Death Star and see exactly where the, I guess the second wayfinder is. So, cool design. It's got like Sith runes written on it. Now, I will say that this has a little thing where you're supposed to, there's a little sticker here. It tells you to hold it for 3 seconds. So I did hold it for 3 seconds, and then it lit up. But I have been holding it. Oh, there it goes. It finally goes down. All right, so there it is. To make it take, I think you have to, let's see if it's 1001, 1002, 1003. There it is. So it glows like that. So that's cool. What's nice about that is I kind of like that, and I hope that, I would imagine that a 3-volt battery that's not active very much will hold for a long time. But I'm glad that it does turn off after 1003, 1004. See, that's what I mean. Like it just, I'm holding it. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And there it is. So like 4 or 5 seconds. It's kind of random. Comes with this really nice stand, so you can just rest it like that. You can rest it one way or the other. I think either way works. Probably going to go this way only because it takes up a little less room. I can put it on the shelf. So there's only 3,000 of these. These were still available at the last time I checked. Now, mind you, this is going out in September, so I don't know. But I have a feeling that due to the mixed response of the Rise of Skywalker film, I have a feeling that these will still be available. It may find may find itself in the Disney parks, and maybe even in the character warehouse. We'll see. But I think it's a cool design. I think it's a cool shape, and it's a small enough prop that it's kind of cool. So I'm liking the Galactic Archive series. They're not too expensive, and this is a great way for fans that don't, with limited income, can pick and choose and put some items out. Now I have the chess set. I want to just do a follow-up on the chess set. I like the chess set, and I like that it's a little bit smaller. I'm still having a problem locating a place to put it. So we'll have to wait and see. That may find itself back in its box, and then we'll just kind of take it out here and there. But this is really cool. So I'm really excited with this and all the items here. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Check me out on Instagram and X. Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. And thank you, Red 5, for supporting the channel. Be sure to check out all of the Red 5 content. All Star Wars related podcasts and Star Wars related podcasts and YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, folks. I'll get my picture right here. May the Force and the toys be with you.
This is Captain Rex.